So for the Season 2 tier list, let's see. I'll just go one by one and I'll start with some of the more obvious characters. For example, Cell, who wasn't touched at all. He is, in my opinion, the worst tank in the game. He has some obvious values with his ultimate being able to negate a lot of energy attacks, but he is just too weak early and he just gets punished too hard compared to all of the other characters, which is very important because early game kind of determines the trajectory of the game. So that's why he is in C tier. Next up is Trunks. Now Trunks in this current meta that we're in is very hard for him to find success because of him being reliant on burst damage, while a lot of the characters that are on top of the meta, they do damage over time and they do large amounts of damage during entire team fights, while Trunks kinda blows all of it at one time. So that's why he is he's a bit harder to pull off, but you can still make him work if you're very good at him. But other than that, I probably wouldn't recommend him. Boo. So Majin Buu is he is good, but he has some clear weaknesses, especially after the addition of Vegeta, which we will talk about later. But Buu is, I kind of overrated him last patch, I think. I overshot him a bit, but he is not bad at all. He is very good. He has a good laning phase. He has debuffing. He has slows, and his ultimate can be very good, especially later on in the game. But you can stun him out of his healing, and his skill 3 is pretty bad. Also, he is very easy to kill. So he is an A tier, but he's still a good character. Don't get me wrong. Next up we have Dabura. Dabura got a buff, but it's sadly just not enough. The character doesn't really kill anything, and that obviously hurts him. He is pretty good in lower ranks, but the higher you go, he is just kinda whatever. But Dabura is always gonna be a victim of the way that the game is played, since this character doesn't really benefit from this character doesn't really have any secure, he doesn't have high mobility, he has almost no damage unless you get your petrification off, which is very hard since everyone is kinda just flying around and running away from you. So that's why he is in C tier. Next up is Android 18. 18 is kinda in the same position as Trunks. She even got a bit of a nerf. She got an adjustment where her power shifted more towards her early game rather than her late game, which she needed more help in. So this character kind of suffers from the same thing as Trunks by having high burst, but being easy to lock down and easy to kill, with her ultimate being very easy to dodge if you have a vanish, and a lot of characters run double vanish nowadays, so she suffers a bit from that. Next up is Zamasu. Zamasu is, I mean, he's not bad early, especially considering the fact that he has a lot of healing and sustain, but he falls off very hard later on in the game, and he doesn't really offer a lot to the team other than being like a person that doesn't die. But he doesn't really have the highest damage, and his utility isn't that high, so that's why he is down here as well. I would not recommend him for the most part. You can make him work, obviously. In lower ranks he is better, but the higher you go, the less value he just has, and it's very apparent. Next up we have Frieza. Frieza is a good character. Frieza has he's more of a skill check character in my opinion. He's very good at taking bosses if you're allowed to take them. Sabon is very easy to kill, and it's very easy to punish Frieza if you know what you're doing. So the higher you go, again, he'll just get harder to play because he has apparent weaknesses. But you you can make him work. He's very good for solo queue. He has a lot of damage to turrets because of his high cooldown, so if you run Gekishin high on him, you can get a lot of value with Frieza. But he also got nerfed this patch, which I think hurts him a bit, so that's why he is in B tier. Next up we have Cooler. Now I think Cooler is very very good, but he got a pretty substantial nerf. So so that's why I am putting him in the A tier and not putting him in the Z tier. He is still a top 3 tank in my opinion, being number 3, but yeah, the nerf hit him hard, and also the addition of the newest tank has hurt him quite a bit, which I will get to. But yeah. Next up we have Bojack. So Bojack before the patch was in the lowest tier. Now I've had the pleasure of playing Bojack so much recently, and I think the buff that he received was really good. And I genuinely think Bojack is one of the better characters in this game, in this current meta right now. We have a lot of melee characters that run around. Super Saiyan 3 Goku is seeing less play, and Bojack has insane utility, a lot of damage, surprisingly, and he just does a lot of stuff very good. He doesn't really have the best secure in lane for minions, and he also doesn't really have the best boss secure, but if you have like a Goku on your team, it doesn't really matter, and Goku is almost in every single game. This guy goes so well in against the Gammas, against Super Saiyan Goku, against Daima Goku, against Toppo, like against a lot of melee characters, every single tank in the game. He does very well against Vegeta, because he's one of the only characters that are ranged that can actually deal damage to him while he has his barrier up. So I think Bojack is like genuinely a really good character, and in this current meta, where he does like sustained damage, where he just spams all his skills all the time, I think he does so well, and he's genuinely an amazing character. Next up we have Toppo. Toppo got a bit of a buff in this season due to him getting more tanky with build-up, and the build-up buff all in all is just changing the way the game is played at the moment. But I think Toppo is a decent character. I don't think he's trash. I don't think he's insanely good. But yeah, I think he has a lot of value in terms of his early game. He's really strong. He can run people down. He has a counter that's okay, but it's very easy to play around if you know what you're doing. And his ult can be decent for securing bosses. So I think Toppo is definitely not a bad character at all. Next up we have my favorite character in the game. We have Daima Goku, who I will be moving down into top of the A tier. Obviously every single role is for themselves here, so the tanks are ordered and the DPS are also ordered. So this doesn't mean that Cooler is better than Boo, this just means that Cooler is better than the other tanks and so on. Daima Goku got a pretty decent nerf, which is pretty rough for him, but he does pretty good damage still, and he is still very hard to kill, especially in this new meta again. So he's still one of the top picks for DPS. So don't sleep on him. He's still very good, and he's not going anywhere. Next up we have a Baby. Now Baby is actually a pretty decent tank. I don't think he is as bad as I initially thought. He is a bit annoying to deal with early game, especially on Super Start. He is very good, but his late game is not the best. But it's not the worst either. He is very annoying to play against. He can push you away, he can slow everyone. So I think he has more value than the other two tanks, to be honest. So that's why I'm putting him in the B tier. Next up we have Android 17, who got a pretty huge buff this patch, and I now think that he is actually one of the better techs, especially in this meta where people aren't really dying. He actually helps his team surviving by letting them survive way longer, and I think that he's actually really good. He removes debuffs, removes buffs from enemies and turns them into debuffs. He has a okay stun, and he has a lot of shields and a lot of anti-heal, which is very good. So I think his value has skyrocketed, to be honest, and he is no longer the worst tech in the game. Next up we have Gekishin. Now I think that he is actually one of the better techs, especially in this meta where people aren't really dying. He actually helps his team surviving by letting them survive way longer, and I think that he's actually really good. He removes debuffs from enemies and turns them into debuffs. He has a okay stun, and he has a lot of shields and a lot of anti-heal, which is very good. So I think his value has skyrocketed, to be honest, and he is no longer the worst tech in the game. Next up we have Oob. Now Oob is not is one of the characters that I think are really good in the right hands, but he is pretty difficult to play because of him being so weak in lane. His laning phase, he is pretty safe. It's not like he's gonna die, but he doesn't really contest minions that well. Doesn't have high burst. He has good sustained damage and damage over time, which is why he is so high up in my opinion. But he gets really hard countered by Vegeta, who is the newest tank, who is basically in every game, and he is very very strong. So this hurts Oob a lot compared to some of the other DPSs. So that's why I will for now be putting Oob in the high B tier, but he could go up depending on how the meta unfolds. Next up we have the single best technical character in the game, the most overpowered tech in the game, Kid Gohan. He is extremely oppressive. He is strong early, he is strong mid, he is strong late. He is strong throughout the entire game. He is so overtuned, and he needs nerfs, and I don't know why he didn't get a nerf this patch, but doesn't matter. He is the best technical in the game in my opinion. Next up we have Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Now, Super Saiyan 3 Goku is still that guy, in my opinion. His nerf wasn't too big. They nerfed his initial damage on the Kamehameha, but his follow-up damage is now higher, so they kind of compensated him. And this guy is still insanely strong. His IT is broken. They didn't touch the cooldown on it, so it doesn't really matter. His Dragon Fist wasn't touched either. So this guy just kind of warps the game, and is really hard to play against. Next up we have Super Saiyan Goku, who I think has made kind of a comeback, especially with skill 2 damage up being added into the game. I think his value is pretty high. I think his secure is really good, especially regarding how important bosses are. So I think Super Saiyan Goku being back in the meta, especially with Gohan being the single best tech, really helps him in lane and makes him extremely strong and oppressive and hard to deal with, especially later on in the game as well, since he can do good burst damage and good sustained damage, has a great secure, a lot of AoE damage, so and hard to kill. So I think he is extremely powerful. Next up we have Super Saiyan Gotenks. Gotenks is extremely good. He is very good, especially in solo play because of his high damage. He does a lot of things, but he's kind of annoying in lane to play against, but he doesn't really offer your team that much until later on in the game with his ult, which is very good when you can level it up. So Gotenks is a really strong technical, but he is obviously not close to the next guy on the list, who in my opinion is Hit. I think Hit, along with Gohan, could be argued in some cases, so that's why I'm probably gonna put Hit in the Z tier, next to Gohan. I think Gohan is better in my opinion, but in solo play, Hit is just superior. He is extremely hard to deal with. The thing is that he doesn't really need to kill people. He can backdoor really effectively because of his stealth. He has an ultimate that is so disgustingly good. It does too much. It blinds enemy team, and it's a point and click spell. He is really strong, and he's really annoying to deal with, and he can turn any team fight in his team's favor, so that's why I value Hit so high. Next up we have this guy, Vegeta, who recently got buffed. His early game has always been what's pretty weak with about him, but now with the Kappa buff and the adjustment that was made to him, he is actually pretty good. Especially in mid to lower brackets. In higher brackets, he gets kinda run over, but I think he's pretty decent, not gonna lie. So I'm gonna be putting him in the B tier. He could be low A, but I still don't think that he is even close to Cooler. So yeah, this is why I'm putting him in this tier for now. Next up we have Krillin. Krillin is pretty good. He got a buff recently, so it wasn't enough obviously, but it's not a bad buff at all. That's why I'm putting Krillin high up. He's just suffering from a lot of energy blasts flying around, killing his mines. He has some good blinds. His solar flare is a bit underwhelming considering the fact that you have to actually turn towards him, but other than that, he can be very annoying to deal with, especially with his skill 3. So I'm gonna put Krillin in the B tier as well. In my opinion, he is probably the worst tech in the game though. Next up, a controversial opinion here. Kale is one of my least liked characters in the game currently, and I think she suffers even more now from from the uh, from the build-up buffs. Having a lot of burst damage hurts you a lot in this game. Not being able to kill people as fast with Kale is also really hurting her. I just don't like this character at all. I think she's strong early in a way that she can safely farm and safely secure Kais, and she has a decent boss secure as well. But this character is just very easy to play against. She has no mobility. She doesn't really do any damage if you just vanish away from her skill 3. That's basically flying in like with 1 kilometer an hour across your screen that you can just vanish for free. So I think the character is just very easy to play against and has some gigantic weaknesses that you can exploit easily if you know what you're doing. So with that said, she is still a pretty safe character, but she's just too easy to play against, and like, her damage is not reliable in my opinion. Next up we have Piccolo. Now Piccolo got pretty hurt by the new Vegeta that's got released, but Piccolo is still that guy to some extent. He has it's extremely high range. He does very high damage. His special beam cannon can go through walls. He's the best boss secure in the game. He has a lot of mobility with his arm. He has long range on his rush attacks. Even though again he gets hurt by Vegeta, you can play around it if you're good with Piccolo and you have insane range. So just play around the timers. It's not that hard to play Piccolo, and the fact that Caulifla is seen less in games also very good for Piccolo because Caulifla was just his biggest nemesis. But I think Piccolo is really strong. I think he's one of the better characters to play as well. So that's why he's going up here in the A tier. Next up is Caulifla. Now, Caulifla was a insanely broken character before, and she is still very strong. I don't think she is the best tank in the game anymore. I think Vegeta simply just like he just counters her too hard. She's very annoying. She's very annoying to deal with still, but it's way easier now that Vegeta's in the game, and Vegeta's basically in every game, and that's why she is again extremely oppressive, and can still put in great work, but she is in my opinion not that girl anymore. So that's why I'm putting her in the A tier for now. Next up we have one of the biggest glow ups in the game. We have Gamma 1 and 2. This character is bonkers. This character is literally insane. It does so much damage, it's unkillable, has an AoE stun, just really obnoxious to play with, so much mobility. This character is probably my favorite character right now. I'm having so much fun playing this character. It's amazing to play it, and it's so strong. Like Gamma's is the buff that they gave Gamma in the last patch was really huge, and I think it's really shifted the power in the meta and made Gammas one of the better characters. Really strong early game, really strong mid game, really strong late game. Can melt bosses. Even though you don't have the best secure on bosses, you can still melt them very quickly with your ult and just smashing your buttons with Will King. So that's why Gammas for me is one of the best characters in the game. Last up we have the newest character. The newest character, which is Vegeta. Vegeta is extremely powerful, and he is the best tank in the game in my opinion. He is so insanely good. He has 4 instances of CC. His stuns for 2 seconds with the skill 2, and it does so much damage, especially even early game. He can deny you from farming by putting up the barrier. He can push you away. He can peel for his team. He has knockback on his ultimate. He does so much. He has so much. He has decent mobility for a tank. He has so much CC, so much crowd control. It's really obnoxious to play against. I think he is the best tank in the game, and that's why he is the only tank in the set tier. I am, to be honest, pretty happy with this list. I think Bojack being this high up actually kind of freaks me out, but I really think he is amazing, especially with the secret tech right now that is running build-up on Bojack. I know it sounds crazy, but he is that guy. So this is my tier list for the start of season 2. I think yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.